What's up, interwebs? I'm trying a new platform, doing some multi-streaming, and I'm hoping this will work out. I'm just coming to you talking about it's a little. I guess I'm gonna be doing this regularly. Your Lifeline. This is a moment each week where I'm going to come out and we'll take chats, we'll take questions. I have a topic. We're going to be doing reviews. We're going to be doing quotes, showing you how the inner workings of a life insurance policy works, how to protect your family, not only when you die, but how to protect yourself while you're still alive, all the benefits that you can get in a life insurance policy that a lot of people don't realize, not just term and whole and some of the basics that we all know about. But we're going to be tackling all kinds of topics in this just to break down all this complicated vernacular that you have around life insurance and make it simple so you understand it. So that's the goal. And I'm going to be taking questions here. So if you have questions, pop them into the chat. I'll make sure and address them, answer them. If you want a case study, if you want to run quotes live, I'll be doing that. Whatever you need. This is for you. And so it's called Your Lifeline because that's what we're about. And these policies, your policy, if you have a policy, chances are you stuck it in a drawer, you probably forgot about it, and it's there if you need it, but life goes on, but you stop looking at it. And years can pass and you haven't even brought the thing out to dust it off and just make sure it still works, what the conversion options are inside of there. You might be passing deadlines. It might be expiring soon if you have a term and you don't even realize it. And the real situation that happens is a lot of agents write a policy and then forget their clients. They just move on. And so most people don't even hear from their agent. In fact, if I were to ask you, do you know the name of your agent? When was the last time you heard from your agent? Probably the answer is no. I don't even remember the person's name, and it's been since I wrote the policy that I heard from him. So that's usually how it goes. So if you find yourself in that camp, you're in good company, unfortunately. However, the good news is that's what I'm here for. If you have questions, break out your policy, bring them to the show. I'll be doing this regularly. I don't know the exact time of the week, but I will announce that soon. I'm getting this all set up, but it's going to be a regular scheduled weekly live broadcast, live stream on all of my platforms. And we're going to be talking about your lifeline, straight talk about protecting your life, your family, and your future. So that's it. It's going to be kind of fun. I know everybody's favorite subject, right? Life insurance. Well, maybe not, but we're going to make it fun and engaging and all that fun stuff. So, anyways, yeah, this is your opportunity to bring your questions to the table, and really we'll dive in and slice and dice whatever you need to understand how your life insurance works. So, Baldur Bear, why, for what, chat for what? This is for questions. If you want to diagnose, if you have questions about your policy, if you want me to answer, run quotes, whatever, I've got my chat up and open, and I will be answering questions and taking cases and stuff like that. So hopefully that answers your question. But if you have life insurance, you should know what you have. And yes, it's only about life insurance. That's my topic. That's my jam. That's what I do. That's what I'm an expert in. If you have life insurance, you should be looking at it at least every couple of years just to make sure it's still following and on track. Hey, JB14, welcome in. If you don't have life insurance, Baldur Bear, I feel bad for your family, but I'll just leave it at that. If you don't have life insurance, you need to understand it because it's not just for when you die. So a lot of people feel like they don't have, I get a policy and what, I die and everybody else gets a bunch of money. Well, that's a very narrow definition of life insurance. And yes, there are policies that'll do that. It's just for others. There's policies that have a lot of benefit for you as a survivor, as during your lifetime that you can benefit from. So, Z, if you don't have life insurance, I would encourage you to click on the link up in the corner there, get on my calendar, and let's chat. I'll be happy to help and get you on and just give you half an hour, 20 minutes of my time and kind of go through options. I love doing that with people. By the way, my personality, my style, I don't pressure. I don't try and hard close or sell or whatever. I'm here to educate. I'm first and foremost a teacher, here to try and educate you on the benefits and the value of life insurance. Look at your options and let you make a decision. So, with that, today's topic, I'm going to jump in, and this is about lapsed policies because I just had a case this week from a client who lapsed their policy. What are your options when your policy lapses? Well, number one, you can pay, usually, if it hasn't been too long, you can back pay all the payments you missed and try and get it caught up. Kind of an unattractive option. So number one, don't let your policy lapse. It's better to keep it alive. If you think you can't afford it, talk to your agent. If you don't know who that is, call me, but talk to an agent and find out what your options are on keeping at least a part of it. You can reduce it in a lot of cases, or you can convert it in cases, or you can apply for a new one that's less expensive. There's options that you may not be aware of. It's not an all or nothing thing. So don't think, oh, can't afford it, let it go, leave my family exposed to risk. If I die, well, then no good. So I'm just telling you, make sure you explore your options. There's a lot of things you probably don't know, but lapsing is a real thing. It happens a lot. People don't pay attention. Something happens in their, in their billing, for example, and people, don't miss a payment. They miss notices. It lapses. So two options. If you're healthy enough, you can re-enroll. You just apply for a new policy. If it's been a few years, it's going to be a little bit more expensive because, as you probably know, that's the nature of life insurance, is that as you age, enrollment and buying it costs more to purchase. Once you lock in a rate, it doesn't go up anymore, or it shouldn't. But if you wait, everybody that buys life insurance says or thinks, I should have got some 10 years ago. That's the best time to buy life insurance, was 10 years ago. Second best time is today, because right now is the youngest you'll ever be. And a big part of life insurance premiums is based on your age. So if you have a policy that's lapsed, right now is the least expensive it's ever going to be, because next year and the year after, not only do you risk a health thing popping up, heart attack, stroke, cancer, something major, and you can't qualify for anything, or you have a second thing of age, right? We talked about that. So as you age, it gets more and more expensive. Anyways, so I would encourage anybody, even if you're younger, talk to your parents, obviously. But if you're just young and single, maybe in your 20s or 30s, there's a lot of benefits to getting a life insurance policy outside of just a death benefit for family members. Because maybe you don't have a spouse and kids, and you're thinking to yourself, why would I need life insurance? If you're in that camp, click on that link and get on my calendar. Let's you and I talk, because I can show you what's inside of a cash value policy. It's like a savings account. A lot of people don't realize you can use life insurance like a savings account, and it can grow tax-free for you. There's a lot of great benefits for it. So, Nalia, thanks for coming on. Bless your heart. I remember when I was 14. I love that age. So the world is your oyster, right? I love it. Stay young forever is my advice. So that's it. I just wanted to touch on, kind of announce what we're doing, and look forward to hopefully coming back on. So follow, like, and watch. I'll be announcing more episodes in the future where we're going to get on, dig deeper into specifics on term and whole life, IUL, specially designed whole life. You can use life insurance to pay down debts, to get out of debt faster, to pay off your mortgage faster. You can use life insurance as a vehicle to do investing down the road. If you want to be a real estate investor someday, you can start building and growing a cash asset today that will help you with that. Tax-free dollars available for yourself, and so on and so forth. There's all kinds of ways you can use life insurance. So we're going to geek out and get into some of the fun stuff with that. But if you have a policy, make sure, today's gentle reminder is, make sure you're not about to lapse. Watch those timelines. If you got a 10-year term and it was 7 or 8 years ago, you've only got a couple of years left on that thing. Okay. So be aware of what you have when it expires, because the philosophy that I follow is the last thing that I want any of my clients to have is a surprise. I want them to know what they have. Term isn't bad or good. Whole life isn't bad or good for everybody. Universal life isn't bad or good for everybody. They're all different tools used in different ways. So you want to know what you have and make sure it fits with what you want it to do. That's the biggest thing. No surprises. We don't want, when you pass away or something, we don't want any surprises. We want your family to know exactly what you have and had. So anyways, thank you for listening in. We're going to have some more fun in the future, but for today, we're going to wrap up. I don't see any cases. Go ahead if you want, grab that link in the chat there with the QR code. Get on my calendar, lifemattersfinancial.com. You can click on contact me if you want to get on my calendar and schedule a one-on-one. I'd be happy to do that. There's no cost or anything to check out your options, to go over things. So I am licensed all across the country. And if I don't have a state that I'm currently licensed in, it's easy for me to get that. But I'm a virtual agent and I've got clients and cases all over the US. So as long as you're in the US somewhere and you want to talk about your options, whether it's comparing your rates, maybe doing a review of what you already have, or looking at new coverage that you maybe don't have, then let's talk. I have access to, if it's out there on the market, I usually have access to it. So be happy to do that. But thank you. Have a awesome rest of your day. And I'll be announcing in the future, the schedule and stuff. And look forward to helping some of you figure out this crazy thing called life insurance, and making sense of it and really understanding it on a much deeper level. All right, y'all have a wonderful day. Thanks. Take care.